Hey everyone out there, I'm Creature Hunt Guy, and today we are continuing the January month. Anyway, we're continuing our month of 2002 Godzilla figure characters, and today, from the movie Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, all monsters, all giant monsters, okay, I'm going to get that right, I promise you. Okay, but anyway, don't hold me to that. Anyway, so, today we are doing the furry, fluffy, cute, cuddly little tiny Baragon. Oh, isn't he so cute? Little tiny Baragon. Yes. This is an old, ugly little sucker of a monster. Look at him, he looks like a toad. I mean, ugh. But, granted, he doesn't get as much, he isn't in the limelight as much as I think he should be. So, Baragon first appeared in the movie Frankenstein Conquers the World. Don't ask. I'll maybe talk about that some other time. Then he appeared in Destroy All Monsters, and if you put stock footage aside, which there wasn't much of that either, he basically didn't appear until he was completely demolished in the movie that we're reviewing these figures from. Anyway, so yes, Baragon 2002. As you can see, he does not come with a tag. Please don't sue me. He's very cool though. So, yeah, a little paint rubbing on here and here, but you get the basic idea, and I will show you what he's like. So skipping the tag and going right on to Baragon. Okie dokie, so let's take a look here first at the paint job. Well, paint seems to be pretty darn accurate, according to the movie. He is this sort of maroon slash sort of dark deep red slash sort of brownish color. Anyway, the point is, he is very close to the one that looked like in the movie. Also, basically, that's basically all the color he is, except for up here and on his horns, and little highlights on his fingernails and toes. He's got this sort of beigey, sort of beigeish orange color, and that's basically all. On the belly here, you got a highlight of sort of this lightish brown, nothing too spectacular, but it's definitely like it was in the movie, and that's pretty good. Baragon isn't exactly known for his spectacular colors, so it's, you know, pretty normal to see this. But as far as Baragons go, I'd have to say that this is the best and most accurate in color, and just the best overall in paint jobs wise. So, yeah, it's a good figure altogether in color. But now let's look at detail. Okay, so let's just take a look at it. Look at that face, man. It's like a dog that got its face wrapped in a face stuck in a mower, and then ate a toad, and it started oozing out through the holes in its face. Okay, forget that. Anyway, he's not exactly the most glamorous of monsters, but he is a monster, so I guess that makes sense. But let's just take a look at the good, spectacular detail on this face here. I mean, Bandai went all out on this thing, and it definitely shows. It is awesome. The little red eyes in there, the black pupils, and these individually sculpted teeth here. Love those. And then you got the little nostrils here and the little wrinkly muzzle or nose or whatever. And very short stop off here at the face, but that's Baragon for you. And here you can see inside of his big, huge ears, you got the little wrinkles and everything. And on the back, you've got these, well, on top of his head, you got this sort of textured skin like Godzilla has. Then on the belly, you've got these sort of big squarish sort of rectangles that go all the way down. Oh yeah, that is what I call detail. And on the back, you've got the exact same thing except these large bumps, which is also a signature Baragon thing. And in the middle, you got these little spikes. And even in there, in these little crevices, you've got these little tiny things, these scratches or whatever, but it's supposed to be there, so that's awesome. And got these little warts, so he's basically like the toad monster, kinda. And you got these little stubby little fingers and these stubby little legs, and oh, he's just so cute. Anyway, Baragon is cool though, I must admit, and definitely he's a good monster, and definitely shows in this figure. It is awesome. I am just blown away with how well Bandai did a job on this figure. And you can tell other people were too, because this thing was mega popular. Because up till this figure came out, the only other Baragon figure released by Bandai is the super ultra rare Showa Baragon, which someday, if I ever find it, I will definitely review it. And that one is a good representation also, but this one is just excellent. It is the tops. We had been needing an updated Baragon. I don't care if it's new or old or what, we just needed one, and finally, we got one. And that's what this thing is, and he is awesome. Now, as far as scale comparison goes, let's take a look at him here. Zoom out a little here. First of all, with Godzilla, who, well, was pretty brutal, and it was kind of sad to see Baragon get the boot like that so early on in the movie, but, you know. As far as size comparison goes, yeah, he's a very small standard size figure, which may be a bit disappointing to some folks, but to me, I mean, it's what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be a little short dude that's, you know, just, he's like a bulldog, the monster bulldog, kind of like that, you know. So definitely I think, the size works. It just may be disappointing that when you get him, he's like, oh, he's kind of small. I mean, he's definitely smaller than his Showa version, that is for sure. Let's just take a look at how well he sizes up with his Godzilla counterpart. So yeah, definitely pretty darn big, and yeah, it's so far pretty much Godzilla is one of the biggest of this entire, from the monsters in this entire movie. But that's to be expected because he was the big baddie, and that's what he did. So he towers over him by a couple inches, and that's to be expected. And even if you get him up high like that, he can kind of reach him with his horn, but I don't know. And then also we got Mothra here, and it's a bit smaller and a bit more his size. In fact, Baragon may even be a bit bigger. He's definitely taller, and Mothra's a bit longer than he is, but it's still, they're still about the same size. Also, one more thing. Articulation-wise, well, as you can see, he moves his ears around in any sort of position, which definitely allows for him to have very specific sort of facial expressions, like screaming, or sad puppy face, or just kind of plain out mad, or, you know, just regular Baragon doing things. And then also his legs move like this. What good they are. And then his arms move like this so he can scratch around in the dirt. Also, his tail moves. So he's pretty well articulated, I'd say. Of the group, he's probably one of the best. Also, his head moves as well. So, yeah, overall, pretty darn good figure. So, in summary, that's Baragon. Definitely a little short dude, and he's kind of like the leprechaun of monsters.
I want to go!
Gotta love him. Anyway, I've been Creature Hunt Guy, he's been Baragon, and this is Monster Island. I'll be seeing you next time with the fourth and final Godzilla 2002 monster. Who could it be, you ask? Well, if you don't know, then go watch the movie.